In this video, we will talk about the GPD G1 and the One Dock. In my opinion, those two are the best options you have if you want to connect your handheld device to an external GPU. Both docks feature USB 4 and Oculink connection, and both were made especially with AMD systems and handhelds in mind. I do not own any of those systems yet, and this video is a direct response to a request I got after I did the size comparison between the G1 and the Pocket AI. This video will be structured in two parts. In the first part, I will briefly introduce and compare both devices and tell you my opinion about them. Spoiler alert, there is no clear winner and both are great devices. For the second part, I once again 3D printed a few boxes so we can do a size comparison. For the One Dock, I printed three versions. The first one is just the One Dock. The second one is the One Dock with a RTX A2000 mounted on top of it. And the third version is the One Dock with a RTX 3060 Ti Mini mounted on top of it. Before we begin, we briefly need to talk about the Pocket AI once more. All I want to tell you is just forget about it. I am very sorry if I made you think that this is a viable option. It's not just that we have no idea if this will deliver much improvement over your iGPU when it comes to gaming. It's also that after making those AI videos, in my opinion, this is not a great AI solution either. If you want to run those models in an uncompressed form on the GPU, you need at least 8 or even better 12 GB of VRAM for the smallest one, for the 7B model. The Pocket AI, however, comes with only 4 GB of VRAM, which makes it pretty useless for running large language models on it. If you are interested in the Pocket AI, do not buy this right away, but better wait for some reviews and benchmarks. Now, with that out of the way, let's finally come to the main point of this video, and that is the One Dock and the G1. Like I said at the beginning of the video, you cannot go wrong with either of these. Both feature Oculink and USB 4, both are made with handhelds and AMD systems in mind. Even better, the creator of the One Dock shared his knowledge and findings with GPD to make sure that the G1 has the best and most compatible USB 4 and Oculink implementation out there. So if you want to have a painless experience connecting an eGPU to an AMD device, the One Dock and the G1 are the best options you have. Fox has a One Dock and made a video about it, so in the very unlikely case that you are watching my video but have not seen his, go check out his video. I'll leave a link in the description. It's a great overview about the One Dock in action. If we look at the price, you can get the G1 for about $650 if you buy it in a bundle with the new WinMax 2 refresh. At the current date, you cannot buy the G1 as a standalone product, but be sure that this will happen soon. So at the current date, we don't know what's the standalone price of the G1. The One Dock costs just about $220, but it's just the dock and you still need to get a separate power supply and the GPU, of course. So depending on the equipment you already have, the One Dock could be a fantastic deal for you. The G1, on the other hand, is a great all-in-one package which includes the GPU and the power supply. The G1 features an AMD 7600 XTM mobile GPU, which is about as fast as an NVIDIA 6030 Ti or 6070. According to GPD's Indiegogo campaign, it's even faster than that. But for some real numbers, of course, we have to wait until it's out in the wild and we get some proper benchmarks. The G1 comes with 8 GB of VRAM. The One Dock is just a dock which has no enclosure around it, so there is no limitation of how big and how powerful your attached GPU can be. Fox told me that he runs the One Dock with a RTX 4090 and he gets great performance out of it. So, depending on your budget, you can go as high as you want. One slight advantage of the G1 is that it has a few additional USB ports and an SD card slot at the back. So the dock is not only an eGPU but also a small USB hub. I think that those ports, as well as the input and output ports of the G1, are very poorly placed and that a lot of potential got lost. I made a whole video about that and I did not change my opinion in that regard. However, depending on your setup, I can think of situations where those ports might be useful. If, for example, you have some of those controllers which require a USB dongle to work, then you can plug those USB dongles into the docking station and have the controllers ready whenever you need them. Also, if you have a very large ROM or game collection, you can put those on a hard drive and permanently attach it to the G1. So all your games are available as soon as you dock your handheld. According to Indiegogo, you can connect the WinMax 2 with the G1 with Oculink and USB 4 at the same time. With such a setup, Oculink is used for the GPU and USB is used for the hub and for charging the WinMax 2. Don't worry if you do not have an Oculink device. Oculink is not a requirement and you can use the dock via USB 4 and charge your handheld, use the hub functionality and the GPU all via USB 4. So the G1 is useful for a variety of handhelds. The same of course goes for the One Dock. You can use the One Dock with any USB 4 device out there. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I do not think that one is vastly superior than the other. It mainly comes down to your personal preference and needs. The price of the G1, in my opinion, is a little bit too high, and if it was at around $590–600, that would be perfect. If you already have an old GPU and do not need the portability and nice design of the G1, then you cannot go wrong with the One Dock for just $220. Now I will finally stop talking and start with the size comparison you've all been waiting for. See you next time. Bye bye.